Alright, in this video on forms, we're going to create a custom form hook, which I think is really neat because it teaches you a lot about React, and you can see, I'll explain how much more value you can have in it when you abstract it away, like we're going to do. So let's start with our base form as usual. Let's create a new component. We're going to call this form. Let's call this custom form hook form. Custom form hook form. Custom form hook form. Copy, paste. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Let's just start by creating our hook. So let's create a new folder called hooks. We're only going to have one, but why not? useForm.ts. Now let's just make a form. So usually custom hooks are just made out of a bunch of default hooks, from what I experienced. It's just nicely tucked away, so that way you only see what you need to see, and all the logic is kind of hidden away. So we're going to create a hook called useForm, export const useForm, and this will take in some initial values, and we'll set it the default to initial form values. So this can be used in any app, not just this one. I will create the initial form values right now. Initial form values. I forgot my const. So this will just be same as last video. It's very similar to the last video. It's just now we have lots of abstraction, which is nice. Password color will be red, and in the bio will be empty string. So these are the initial values. And then, like I said, we're just going to go and use states inside this custom hook. So we're going to use the use state hook. So const form data, set form data is equal to use state, and then whatever the initial values are, which we're going to use the default here. We have to import use state from React. And now we can create some functions in here that we want to use. Let's create a function called handle change. This is very similar to last video. So React.change event, it'll take in input elements, which is a custom type we're going to write. Type input elements is going to be equal to HTML input element, or HTML select element, or HTML text area. Okay, and then here we'll just do pulling out the name and the value from our event.target. So it'll only work if our inputs have a name property, which is what we set up in the base form. Now we'll set the form data to spread the form data, and then we'll just put our name and our value, whichever input we're currently typing into. One more dot here, save, and then all we have to do is here to return the form data. Let's return the handle change, and that's our custom hook. So let's go ahead and use it now. Let's jump into our component. Let's destructure from our hook, useForm. What can we get out of here? TypeScript will help us out, right? We can get our form data and we can get our handle change. Alright, so we have our functions. So now let's use our handle change on each input. So our value will be form data.email, and our handle change will be on change will be handle change. Let's go ahead and copy this for every input. Copy, paste here, it's the username, paste will be password, this will be color, and last is our bio. So all the functionality is in this useForm, all the logic. And we did not import this custom form hook, did we? No. So let's go ahead and do that. Custom form hook. copy into our app. Okay. And we have to create a submit handler, right? Const handle submit is equal to event react.form event HTML form element. So event.prevent default, and just log the form data. That's it. And of course, let's attach our onSubmit handler. And we'll submit. And let's do it. Let's do email custom hook at email.com. Custom hook. Custom hook. Let's do blue. This is a custom hook. Submit. There we go. We got all of our data. And all we have is this handle submit function and this useForm hook. So that's all we have here besides our component. So the cool thing is, now that we have this like separation, we can kind of just do whatever we want inside of this hook without it clogging up our component. So we can go ahead and like do some validation here. Like for example, I could say if name is equal to, let's say, user email, then validate that it's an email. And you could also take out here the type, right? And you could say like if type is a number, which we don't have, we can say set form data to spread the form data name, and then the value we can go ahead and do parse int value. Right. So this won't run because we don't have any number inputs. Let's just leave it there. And another cool thing is we can tuck in more functions here that are helpful to us. So let's do like a function like maybe a reset, which is what we've been showing off in every video. So reset. Set form data to initial form values. And then we have to just return it here, reset, go back to our component, pull it out, and just use it. Reset. Save. Let's go ahead and try it out. Custom hook at example.com. Custom blue, custom submit. And we got a reset. And everything's just nicely tucked away again. We have 4 or 5 lines of all of our logic. And we have this form data. Go ahead and send it to your API, whatever you need to do with it.